Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tony's Picks Morning Show. I'm Tony T here as we're ready to knock out these games for Major League Baseball, NFL, and college football with free picks and final regular season of the WNBA as playoffs come here on Sunday. So quick turnaround for these ladies. So their crew here to get about picks here. Then Rod and Jorge will say hello to Rod. Rod, what's going on?
Well, not too much. Another winning day. Can't complain. What's going on over at Tony's Picks? Definitely looking to continue that. Nice week, nice month. Let's just keep it rolling and kicking the bookies' butt. We were talking before the show started that not so excited about the college game, this NFL game tonight, though. Man, these divisional rival games, we know what they're all about. They're always usually a good game to tune into. Excited for that game tonight. There's a few MLB. There's a few WNBA games that should be good as well. So excited for this Thursday action. Let's get to it.
Big card Thursday. Jorge, how you doing? You're on mute, Jorge.
No, I'm good. I was muted there for a second. But good, man. Just going over the college card. There's some couple baseball games today. Not a whole lot, but some good matchups. Finally getting into some conference games. I like the new schedule. It's not so predictable as it's been over the years in college. All the blowouts in September, and everyone thinks they don't need any help, and they got all the information, and they blow themselves up in October, and then all of a sudden, they go looking for help in November. So I think the schedule's mixed it up quite a bit. I think it's fun. It's been fun. We had a rivalry week in September.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. We got some pretty matchups here. These conference realignments. We give us USC at Michigan, a game not a whole lot of people talking about, which I think is good. Utah and Oklahoma State. That's one of those games I'm looking forward to seeing as well. So look forward to a really good week here at college football. And, of course, we kick it off today with a game we'll cover. But let's get underway here. So we're going to get right to the picks, guys. So we're getting to the picks here on the show. Let's get it underway here. We're going to start with the NFL game here, divisional game between the Patriots and Jets here. I'm seeing here the Jets 6.5. I saw some 7 somewhere in some places, not really on my line service, but the total about 38.5 has been settling there. Right.
Yeah, and you look at this one. Definitely, there's a couple of injuries for the Patriots on that offensive line they're dealing with. But those injuries, it's that getting to that time of season where, you're already into week 3 and injuries start to pop up. It is the NFL. But this is one of those divisional games. Both teams want to run the ball. You look at this Patriots team wanting to run the ball with Stevens on in the backfield. There were a lot of people that predicted he wouldn't have a good season, but he's been rolling right along as Stevenson in the backfield, rushing over his yards. I think he has another good game here for the Patriots running the ball, and then we know the Jets on the other side, they're going to run the ball as well. So what do we get when that happens? Well, we get a smash mouth type divisional rivalry game head to head, which means lower scoring. Those long drives that equate to the team kicking a field goal. We've seen in the last 5 meetings head to head between these two teams, 4-1 to the under, including the last 4 head to head. I remember the last meeting where that total was at 29.5. It dipped so low, and people were like, "Ooh, 29.5! You just almost fall over that total." Well, guess what? It still went under that 29.5 and the 38.5. I like it. Take the under in this one.
Under there from Rod. We move on over to Jorge.
I can't remember what the number was in the past. They say there's a reason why the lowest number for a total is the lowest number and the highest one's the highest. More times than they will lose, they usually go over and they usually go under. And I think that's what we'll see a little bit here in this game. Pretty much it. Rodgers he's not an all-pro quarterback anymore. He's just a guy that can be a game manager. He came down in Tennessee and he showed that. His rating throughout the games and probably in the season is probably going to end up what it was his last year in Green Bay, 91. That's his QB rating. So, again, I agree with Rod on that. It's going to be a smash mouth football game. Rodgers obviously going to want to, show he could play a whole game at home. After last year, with the phantom sack or phantom hit, whatever happened, he pulled up lame and was out for the year. So he'll want to come in and have a big game. But I tell you what, this is like a New England Patriots game that finally has a quarterback, but it's still Belichick's team. Mayo played under him. They're executing the same. They're not making mistakes. So, his thumbprint's still on the game. It may not be the same game planning or in-game decisions. Mayo have to learn on the job. But this is a pretty good Patriots team. And not too shocked. Just a slight lean to the under.
All right, I'll tell you, I think we're going to be a consensus here with under here. That's where I'm looking at in this one as well. I always look at the the Dr. Chow numbers. The Patriots have one of the lowest health scores, SIC health scores, 78.2. They're dealing with lots of injuries on both sides of the football. Considering the one that concerned the most is their offensive line, and that's a big concern. They also had injuries come out of training camp. Of course, remember their star receiver is coming off an ACL tear from last year, so there's questions whether or not he's fully 100% healthy from that. So that's, for me, is the concern there for this Patriots offense in this game. And I'm kind of looking at here at the divisional games with the Jets. They're 10-2 to the under in their past 12 against the division. Also, take note, this is Coach Mayo's first short week, right? He hasn't, as a head coach. So there's a lot that goes on for a first-year head coach. And I think it's a disadvantage to have this short week so early in the season as well. So I will look here for the under in this one as well. So we got consensus here between three of us here with the under here, under 3.5 here with the Jets and the Patriots. We got a big card today here, guys. NFL, college football heading to a big weekend. Let's find out what the guys have for sale with a quick promo we'll start with Rod.
Head over to Tony's Picks today. I've got a Tackle the Book Thursday package going, which includes 3 MLB. My 10-star play of the day is included in it. 46 and 36, the last 82 on it. So definitely head on over, scoop up that 10-star play of the day singly, or grab that 5-pack. That'll give you a side total in tonight's NFL, as well as 3 plays in the MLB. And a nice winning day yesterday. Looking to continue that success, and a nice winning week, nice winning month. Let's continue to crush the books over at Tony's Picks. Take advantage of that 2-for-1 capper promotional as well. Can't go wrong with that. Having 2 cappers, putting money in your pockets. At once. Definitely don't want to miss out on that. That's the best deal going over at Tony's Picks.
All right, Jorge, what do you got for sale? So both of you guys here on these leaderboards doing well.
Awesome. Thanks, Tony. Early Vegas sharp alert going on the early game, San Francisco and the Orioles. I got a great 16-4 situational trend that's rather impressive and following in line what's going on with that. So you can go ahead and jump on that just to get an early start to the day. I'll have the majority of my college picks up later on early afternoon.
There you go. From Jorge, I got a 3-pack up there, guys, from mixing NFL, Major League Baseball, and college football. Also a best bet up there for you as well. So get on board with me. Remember the long-term pass is serving well. Remember that 7-day pass got you covered for week 4 college football, week 3 NFL, all the baseball, the W. Of course, WNBA playoffs begin on Sunday. So we got a lot of action going on here with these first-round 3-game series. So we're getting right into action here from the W. All right, let's continue here with Tony's Picks Morning Show. Shout out to everybody in the chat today. Of course, specific to our cappers in there as well. Ron Crawford, we've seen doubles up there. Let's get underway with the college football. Single game today as we look at South Alabama and App State going head-to-head. Looks like App State 7.5, about 63 is the total. We'll start with Rod.
Yeah, you look at this game. There's I'm looking at South Alabama here, and you look their first 2 games. They lost to Ohio 27-20, and then they whooped it up on Northwestern. They're 87-10. Beat down. So it's tough to gauge that South Alabama offense. They didn't do so well against the Bobcats there of Ohio. They got beat, scoring 20 points. And then App State, well, they got beat down by Clemson, 66-20. And then they just squeaked by the Pirates. So what do you expect? What I'm seeing is a lot of people thinking this is going to be a high-scoring shootout in this game. That not a whole lot of defense is going to be played. I don't know if the offenses can score enough against each other to get up and over that 60 total. Most of these head-to-head we've seen under 40 points, 31-7, 30-3. 52-7, which gets you under these numbers. I just don't see the 62 number. I like the under here between South Alabama and App State. I think you got a lower scoring one. I think a lot of running the ball, and the defense will shine. A lot of drives that end in field goals instead of getting punched in for touchdowns. This definitely ain't the Northwestern team that South Alabama beat up and scored 87. Just don't see it. Give me the under in this one. Slight lead. Not a game I'm rushing to the window to bet, that's for sure. But if I did, I would take it under.
Yeah, from Rod on over to Jorge.
Yeah, well, it's not the sexiest game on the board, that's for sure. Appalachian State's just not what they were in the past, as that Cinderella team that could come up and beat a ranked team. Now with so many more now with more teams on the betting board. These smaller schools getting opportunities to play some of the bigger schools. You see it happen. But you know what? My slight lean is going to be on the over. I mean, both teams give it up 400 yards, 30 points. That's South Alabama, 29.7, 379 yards. You look over Appalachian State, they're giving up 30 points a game, 447 yards. And, so Southern Alabama finally exploded one game, so it's hard. Their offensive numbers are skewed a little bit, but they are going to attempt to run the ball. They did get some yards, and they were supposed to come in and be a really good team. Are they finally clicking? Did they figure out what was wrong? The only way we're going to find out is after tonight. But I got a slight lean to the over on this one. I don't see any defense being played at all.
All right, and how I look at this one, I'll look at taking the points with South Alabama. Gio Lopez missed that game, the South Alabama quarterback against Ohio with that toe injury. Saw action here in this one. App State is, as Jorge said, they're not the same team as they've been in the past. They're just 5-16. The spread as a favorite, so they've not been good in this role as a favorite. And we saw Lopez seeing action in 5 games last year, was pretty effective in just spot play, good efficiency, completion rate. And of course, App State, both teams are struggling. We know App State giving up 5 yards a carry, 70% completion rate. that's been not what we've seen from this team. Because this was a team when they played the big boys could really defend, and that's long. We're not seeing that anymore from this App State team. But I'll look to take the points there with South Alabama. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Six Morning Show, guys. With you every day, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Make sure you subscribe for these free picks from our live show. Let's move on to this baseball card for Thursday. We've got 12 games on the board as we're winding down baseball here. Just a week from Sunday will be the day of the season. So let's get underway here with the baseball coverage. We started off with Giants, Orioles, Braves, Reds, Twins, Guardians. We start with Rod.
Yeah, we're going to look at that Giants taking on the Orioles, and let's just continue to fade Baltimore. This team is awful. Talk about nosedive. Woo-wee. The Orioles in for the nosedive, because that's what they're doing. Kagan, they can't hit a beach ball right now. Hitting 130. That's not going to get the job done. This Giants team's starting to feel good about themselves and feeling good. You look at the pitcher matchup on the mound, Logan Webb versus Eflin. Don't trust Eflin. Eflin came from Tampa Bay, and he hasn't looked so good in a Baltimore uniform. Definitely been giving up the runs early and often, and I think that continues here. Problem is that the Giants don't score a whole lot, but they don't need to score a whole lot because this Orioles team is definitely struggling to put runs across the plate. We can't do that. It hasn't looked pretty, and that's what we get. Give me the Giants in that one. And then it's Chris Sale on the mound for Atlanta. And he's just been mowing right along, Chris Sale has, and I just don't want to lay that price. I think the Braves win. I want to lay run lines and odds. I do not. I don't want to chase a run line. And do I want to chase an extended run line with Cincinnati? No, because on the other side of the bump is Julian Aguilar, and he hasn't been pitching bad. See, there's the dog. See, the dog's going, the dog's barking right in the middle of me talking about Aguilar on the Reds. He hasn't been bad for the Reds at all, so could Sale get hit up? I don't know. We're due for a regression at some point where we could see Sale get hit up, and the Reds doing it wouldn't surprise me at all. So, yeah, give me the Reds. The dog barked. Let's go with the dog. The dog's 1-0 when he's been barking for Jorge in the background. I can't remember what the game was, but he's 1-0, so I'm going to go blindly and go with what the dog says. If he's barking, let's take it. Give me the Reds, and that's why it says.
There's no reason to even do it blindly. He must have read about what I was looking up, because the Reds are 6-0 when this guy's on the mound.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, the thing about Aguilar, I read about him coming out of spring training. The Reds were high on him, highest when they come out of spring training. So they were on Aguilar.
So he's got the run support. So 180. Sale can pitch a quality start, but their bullpen's been getting cranked over the last 5 games. They're a tired bullpen.
Yeah.
So that, again, that's the opportunity there. And so, yeah, I'm going to take the lean there on the dog, obviously, because I got my dog. He's out of control. He does whatever the hell he wants. And he keeps barking. He's going to go to his kennel. But definitely going to take the dog.
He's 1-0. He's perfect on the start.
As long as he's winning, I guess you're right. I guess you're right. Go back to that San Francisco-Baltimore game. And everyone goes through streaks in this games. And getting blown out by San Francisco in the first one, 11-0. They scored some runs yesterday through 7 innings. They left eight guys on base. They're still in the playoff hunt, so they're going to start playing. It's just a matter of time. Very good at home, 22-7 after having lost to a team, and that includes yesterday's loss, so 22-6 before playing the Giants. Orioles got to wake up sometime, and if they want to keep playing in the postseason, so take a run line here with the Orioles.
I did that yesterday, and it bit me in the butt. I figured after getting spanked by the Giants in that game 1, I figured for sure. I was like, hey, you got spanked. It was like, what, like it's 10-0 and 11-0 in that first one. And I was like, yeah, no, this is the spot they bounce back, right? You got thoroughly embarrassed at home, and they didn't. As you said, they left 8 guys on and couldn't hit a beach ball.
They're 16-4 They're 16-4 the last 2 times against the run line that they were beaten by a team twice in a row at home. So 2000. Right?
So you're going to take a couple beatdowns first, and then maybe you get it.
Yeah, well, what do you tell someone that has 2 black eyes? Nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
They've already been told twice.
That's right. I think I'm going to look here, Orioles here, because Webb. What's going on with Webb, right? I think he had some issues in the All-Star game, some weird stuff coming out. But anyway, Webb, over his past 4 starts, allowed 17 runs, 4 homers, and 21 innings. That's, to me, is a major concern here is Webb. As performance, you look at the Orioles in day home games, 20-9, returning 7 units. I'll look at the O's in this spot, Minnesota and Cleveland. Cleveland did it again. They just did it again. They've won 8-3 against the Twins over their past 11. But the thing here is, again, the Twins just 10-21 is a road dog of even money or higher, losing 10 units this year. And the ERA's big discrepancy. The Cleveland ERA bullpen in better form. But, man, when you got the Guardians as a home favorite, even money to -150, 32-12, returning 17 units, I've got to look here at the Guardians there. Atlanta and Cincinnati, I'll look under here. Just hope Sale – hey, listen, Atlanta needs this game. So Sale's got to go deep. I need 8 innings, 1 run, 3 hits. I can see that coming here from Sale. Aguilar, as we talked about, coming out of spring training, was their top prospect. Management loved the guy. He just needed a little more seasoning. Now he's in, and he's pitching well here over his past 3 starts. Whip of .95 there, and of course I'll look under in that one, and that's what I like in these games. All right, let's continue on here on the morning show, Tony Spick's morning show, and we're ready for the next 3 here from Major League Baseball. We'll be looking at Blue Jays, Rangers, Yankees and Mariners, Dodgers and Marlins. We started with Rod.
And we're going to look at that Blue Jays taking on the Rangers. Rangers got the win last night in that one. Bone Francis again. He looks real well, just mowing him down, but not enough run support in his start to get the win. Texas got the win, 2-0 in that one. And who's on the mound? Gausman on the mound for the Blue Jays. You know what? Gausman pitches his best on the road. At home, he hasn't been good all season long. Over a 5 ERA at home, compared to sub-3 ERA on the road. And in day games, 7-1 with a 3.54 ERA. So I'm going to go with the Toronto in that one. In this one, we get Kumar Rocker on the mound, and he looked good in his first start for Texas. He went 4 innings, he got 3 hits, an earned run. That earned run was on a home run. Texas got the win over Seattle 5-4 in that one. So he'll go a little longer than 4 innings in this one and have to go through that Blue Jays lineup. We'll see how Kumar does there. I think the Blue Jays bats get to Kumar in that one and get the Blue Jays and Gausman some run support and a win. Give me the Blue Jays in that one. And then we're looking at we went Dodgers, Marlins.
Yankees, Mariners, Dodgers, Marlins. Yep.
Yeah. We're looking at Dodgers and Marlins in that one, and we got a pitcher's duel on our hands. We got Jack Flaherty on the mound, and he's been pitching real well for the Dodgers. And then what he needs to do is there's a guy that needs to go about 6-7 innings because the Dodgers bullpen it's definitely picked it up over the last few, but we know what it can do late with Edward. And then we got Edward Cabrera on the mound for the Marlins. So I like a pitcher's duel in that one. Give me the under 8. I think it's come down to 8. I just don't see us getting over. I think we pitchers duel early, and I know the first couple we've seen a whole pile of runs. And that one, I'm going to take the under 8. I think everybody's on the over now. They've hit, 7 straight, 8 straight overs the Dodgers have. This is one of those pitcher duel ones. Take the under 8 in that one. And then the Yankees in Seattle. Seattle tried to pull out the win. They pull out the win late in that one. Just couldn't do it. Bad running error. Bad running error. Again. Buddy's standing on third with one out, and he decides he's going to take too far off the third base. And it was a strike about throw him out type of situation. He whipped it up the line and boom, tagged him out on third. And it was just like, I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I was like, Seattle just shooting themselves in the foot. So only one way to go there. Give it the Yankees. And Clark Schmidt getting the start for the Yankees, and he's been good. He's definitely not eating any shit anymore because he's been showing you, hey, I can pitch. And he's been mowing him down. So give me the Yankees.
He's got a fresh arm, right? He missed a lot of time. He's got a fresh arm.
Yeah, exactly, right? So, and looking real good. Ooh, whatever he's done, he's definitely picked up his game. And Seattle, no, can't do it. Give me the Yankees in that one.
Yeah, from Rod. All right, move on over to Jorge.
Yankees are kind of playing small ball the way Seattle was at the beginning of the year. You think of them as offense all the time, but not the case. Last 7 games, 1-5-1 under. But they are 6-1, only hitting .211. But winning the games because they're only giving up 2.9 runs a game and a .220 batting average, and they've played well. When Schmidt's on the mound, they're obviously winning games, and it makes the Yankees pretty dangerous because they can score runs, but if they're pitching like this, man, that's going to be a tough spot for them there. Schmidt's just been on fire over his last 3 starts, only going 15 innings, but 1.76 ERA. Gilbert, just a bad luck pitcher. Guy's whip on the, has been fantastic on the year. 0.89, 3.2, or 3.24 ERA, 7-11 with the record. So he definitely doesn't have any luck. Almost even money there. Going to have to lean with the Yankees. The Dodgers kind of have a pitcher's duel in their hand. They definitely do. But again, man, these guys aren't even going to 6 innings anymore. Now it's these guys get a trophy if they go 6 innings. Back when it used to be 7 innings, and maybe you had a setup guy and a closer. Now, you have 5-6 pitchers going all day long. So you just never really know. Tony had brought up in the stat yesterday, and I just saw it here, is the runs being scored with the Marlins at home. Tons of runs being scored, and the Dodgers pitching outside of Flaherty has been getting cranked. So unless he goes 9 innings, it'll go under. If he doesn't go 9 innings, I'm on the Dodgers going over.
All right, there from Jorge. All right, I got a couple here. I'm going to look at the Yankees here. Again, you guys talked about Schmidt. Gilbert, over his past 5 starts, 18 runs allowed in 30 2/3 innings. And the Yankees bullpen is actually stepping up now. ERA 1.36 over their past 10. And team record behind Schmidt, 4-0 on the road when he faces these poor slugging AL teams. And I'll look here at the Yankees there. Dodgers in Miami. I'm going to continue to play that over here. Did we see it? 8, I thought. Okay, 8. It moved up from 7.5. I'm going to go 7.5 here. Again, when the Dodgers go on the road and face these bad pitching staffs and give them 4.5 runs per game or greater, 18-9 to the over. I just that's big there. Cabrera 6-1 to the over in his day games as well. So I'll look there at that one. Interesting to note here, Flaherty in his past 3 road starts, 8 earned runs allowed, 9 walks, 2 homers, and 13 2/3 innings. So his control has been a problem on the road. So when Flaherty starts in the postseason, he'll be at home. He won't be on the road. So that's the reason why, because his numbers have been horrible on the road of late. So I'll look here at the over in that one. All right, let's continue here on the Tony Speaks Morning Show. Ready to close out this 12-game card from baseball with these final 3 games. And these are your only primetime games. So we got Red Sox, Rays, Phillies, Mets, Pirates, and Cardinals. We start with Rod.
I think that's why they're giving Flaherty that start there on the road in this one. It's a good test to see what he does before the playoffs, just to see how he does. Maybe they might see if he can pitch well here. You never know; he might pitch on the road. Doolin Cabrera is a good spot to throw Flaherty up there. I think that's what they're doing. So definitely can't complain about that. Look at the ones at this time spot where Arizona and the Brewers. Fade that's on the mound. So give me the Brewers who got the win in the one yesterday. These 2 teams just faced each other. Fade that and Myers were on the mound. And what did we get? Wasn't it 11, 10, 20, 21 runs in that matchup? I know it was a low-scoring one yesterday, but I think that changes today. I got to take the over 8 in Arizona and the Brewers. I think the bats come to life, and we see a whole pile of runs, double digits plus in that one. And then The other one, did we go Phillies, Mets, Boston, Tampa, right?
Yeah, Phillies, Mets, Boston, Tampa.
Okay. Looking at that Phillies and Mets, and Taijuan Walker's going to make his return back on the mound as a starter. He's been actually coming in as a reliever, and in those relief when he's come in as a reliever, he's looks pretty well. I think that's where his home should be, is as a reliever, not as a starter. So they're going to give him a shot here as a starter to see how things go, just kind of testing him for the playoffs. But when he's been a starter, he's been getting rocked. 6 earned runs, 6 earned runs. 3 earned runs, 3 earned runs, 4 earned runs, 3 earned runs. So he's scoring close to a 5 ERA. Like I said, in those relief starts, he hasn't been bad. He go 3 innings, and his last time out went 3 innings, no runs, 3 hits versus the Mets. So we'll see what we get from Taijuan Walker. But I know what has been as a starter, not good. And on the other side of the bump, you got the Mets and Severino on the mound. And Severino's been a solid for the Mets. And the Mets bats, I trust a little more than what's going on there now. So with the Phillies on the road, not a place I want to be. Severino, you look, has been good. His last 3, 1-0, 2.29 ERA at home, 6-2, sub 3 ERA. Yeah, only one way to go there. Give me the Mets, the hotter team in that one.
There from Rod, move on over to Jorge.
Well, you got Boston and Tampa, 2 teams that usually are in contention, but they're not now. And kind of a weird situation. They almost mirror of each other. The last 7 games, 1-5-1 of the under for Baltimore, 1-6 for Tampa Bay. Both teams hitting in the low 200s, only 3.5 runs, 3.4 runs for Boston, 2.9 for Tampa. But pitching's been lights out. Batters have checked out. They're all got fishing plans ready to go. They're out the door, but the pitchers are still there and pitching solid. Boston 3.6, Tampa Bay 2.7, and a batting average of 178. So the pitching staff for the Rays is just on fire. So I'm going to go ahead and lean to the under in that game. Arizona, Milwaukee, opposite here, right, guys? I mean, these guys offenses are on fire. They're ridiculously on fire. 6.7 runs. Over 300 batting average over the last 7 games. Pitching non-existent, 6.6 runs a game. I mean, you're going to just bet the over on that one. But Milwaukee over their last 7, they're averaging 9.6 runs a game. So I'll take a lean and go with the over in the Arizona game.
All right, from here, I'll tell you what I think about these games. Red Sox, Tampa, I'm going to look under here. Bayo and Littell. Bayo over his past 7 starts, ERA 3, whip of 1.17, so he's got it together. Now, Littell is a guy who I've talked about, right? He was a converted reliever, made a starter here with the Tampa Bay Rays on an expiring contract. And for him, it's very important because we know the discrepancy in pay between a reliever and a starting pitcher. And, man, he has been on fire here at 5 of his past 6 starts, allowing 1 earned run or fewer. Again, he's trying to pitch for a contract. He wants to be a starter. He wants starters pay, and he's performing. So I look for that type of performance again from Littell. He's somebody I think has got to have a big good close of the season. Rays bullpen has been doing well over their past 10. Red Sox struggling at the plate. The Rays have struggled against right-handed hitters. Bayo 6-2 to the under in his past 8 on the road. I'll look under in that one. Arizona and Milwaukee, kind of a tricky game because Milwaukee clinched the division yesterday. So they're popping champagne. They're drinking champagne. I don't know. You always. Although Myers has been outstanding, right? And Fad has been going the other way. So even with your backup hitters in there, possibly for Baltimore, for Milwaukee, they could sit some guys. They might have the clinching flu, the clinch gets flu the next day. But based on pitching performance, I will look at Milwaukee. So you might look at this line and say, "Why is it so low?" The Brewers are a good team at home, and Arizona had their troubles in Colorado, but. Fat is just, as Rod said, you got to fade that. I mean, fade that. Also, we got to fade is an Arizona bullpen ERA over 6 in their past 10, and it's been an issue. It's been an issue since the start of the season when they were blowing all those saves. And now it's coming to the point where they're just giving up a lot of runs. So I'll look there at the Brewers now. I'm going to go over in the Phillies and Mets game. That one here. Over 8. Walker has just had some poor numbers in his past 8 starts. Severino's respectable, but the Mets bullpen over their past 10 and ERA near 5. And when the Phillies are, let's see, are the Phillies still dogs in this game? Yeah, when the Phillies are dogs, they're 16-6 to the over. So I'll look at the over there between the Phillies and the Mets in that one. And in that Pirates St. Louis game, I'm going to kind of stay away from that one. It seems like a big like a big number in that one. Let's see. Did we get the? Yeah. All right. We still have more games here. I don't know what I'm talking about. We got some more games.
That's the last slot.
Yeah, all right, here we go.
Tony's going first on the first slot. That's
my mouse froze there. That's why. All right, here's the last spot of games here. D-backs, Brewers, Nationals, Cubs, Angels, Astros. We go to Rod.
No, I think you were jumping the Pittsburgh Pirates St. Louis.
Yeah, I think that's where I stepped on. That's right.
Yeah. So we'll look at that one. And Fetty's on the bump for St. Louis. Maybe he's due for a win. This Cardinals team's been smashing the ball. The Pirates looking like they have no interest in playing baseball. Cardinals won 10-5 yesterday, 3-1 the previous. So for me, did the Pirates get out? Ortiz has been good for the Pirates. Let's give him that. Not over the last couple, though. It looks like he went 4 innings last time out, gave up 5 hits, 4 earned runs, 2 walks, 2 home runs. The time before that, he gave 6 hits, 3 earned runs. Yeah, right back to the Cardinals in that one for St. Louis. They're just playing the better ball, even with Fetty on the bump. You look at Fetty, he hasn't got a win in his last 3, but he's went 5 innings, 6 hits, 3 earned runs. I think the Cardinals can get more on the Pirates in that one and get the win. Give me the Cardinals there. I just don't trust the Pirates right now. They're not 3 straight losses to these Cardinals, and they've mustered up 6 runs. Give it to them yesterday. They did get 5, but I think they're in trouble today. Give me the Cardinals in that one. And then you look at this Washington ticket on the Cubs. Cubs lost a couple to who were they playing? Athletics to Oakland, and now Washington comes in, and Washington hasn't looked good. So I expect the Cubs to take out a little bit of frustration on Washington here in this one after losing the last 2 to Oakland, and Washington just hasn't looked good. They haven't. What they got? No runs, 1 run, 1 run. It did not look good against the Mets, that's for sure. Maybe out on the road they'll look a little better. I don't think so. Patrick Corbin on the mound. We know Corbin has been pitching well over his last 5, 4-1 with a 3.3 ERA, but we did see against the Pirates where that was the Corbin we used to see in 6 innings, 10 hits, 7 earned runs. I think that's what we get here. I think the Cubs tee off on Corbin today. I'm going to take the Cubs on the run line in that one.
Yeah, from Rod, we move on over to Jorge.
Yeah, we stay on that Cubs game. Obviously, 2 teams that aren't going to be going anywhere. Washington's been playing a lot of their young guys. And going on this one on the over, right? Chicago has been struggling on the pitching side of the ball. Let me jump back to where was that there. But they have been hitting well. 5.6 runs, batting 300 on the year. Not on the year, I'm sorry. Over the last 7 games, 5 of the 7 have gone over, but they're not pitching. Pitchers have checked out 5.4 runs, so they're averaging 11 runs a game. Just going to lean a little bit to Chicago in that one. Just continue to play the way they are and have go over. When we jump back over to this Pittsburgh St. Louis game, I'm going to go with the under on this one. Ortiz in road games 6-0 to the under. When he bets a team that strikes out 7 or more times, 9-1. And to the under and Fetty when he on the road, or I'm sorry, in his home starts, the under is 9-1. So looks like we got trends for 2 pitchers there that definitely don't get much run support in those situations, or they just pitch a little bit better. So going to take the under in that game.
All right, from Jorge, I like 1 game in this spot. I'll look the under here in the Angels and Astros. And this one's, I know Suarez has been rough for Suarez. Kikuchi's been pitching well. A whip of .94 over his past 8 starts. With both bullpens in good form over their past 10 games. Angels struggling at the plate. Astros 40-20 to the under, facing these weak-hitting AL teams that average 4.4 runs per game or fewer. Let's go LA and Houston under the total here in that one. All right, let's continue here on our 26th morning show. We'll turn our attention over to the WNBA as we close the regular season. Are you going to sit for this one, or you want to let everybody know what you got for sale? All right. What do you got for sale at Tony's Picks?
Just got the 1 pick. I'll have my college football up, and I'll probably do a 3-pack. A pick in the. I'll copy your 3-pack, Tony. A game in each 3 of the leagues: Major League Baseball, NCAA, and the NFL. And we'll have the majority, if not all, of my college picks up today.
Yeah, on board Jorge Gonzalez. You'll find him on the leaderboards as well with with Ron. No better time to get that 2-for-1 cap promotion. That's Jorge there with Ron up on the site. You got it. Jorge. All right.
Have a good day, Jorge.
Good day, Jorge. Continue here on the morning show. Ron will handle the WNBA. Now, Ron has shot videos for all these games over on the Tony Picks YouTube channel. If you want more in-depth coverage, check out those videos. We'll get this broad brush in here with Ron. All right, Ron, we got 6 from the W today to close out the regular season.
Yeah, 6 in the W, and there's really a couple of these games that there's a handful of these games that really don't mean a lot. I'll just glance over a couple. Seattle, Phoenix, definitely those two teams are ready for the playoffs. That game means a whole lot. Doesn't even make any a whole lot for seeding. So definitely check out the video on that one. Dallas taking on Vegas. Basically, you look at that game, Dallas taking on Vegas, and there is a slim hope that Vegas could move up in the standings. I look at it and go, the Sun. Basically, the only thing that I see today is 2 things can happen. The Sun, if they want to, they could. Right now, they're in the situation where 3 plays 6. And that puts the Sun right into that situation where they're going to take on the Fever in that first round by winning that 3rd seed. You will get a home court, but if they want to do something a little crazy and almost like toss this game to the Chicago Sky, then that game later in the evening, Dallas versus Vegas. If Vegas wins that game and the Suns lose, guess what? Vegas swaps and Vegas moves into that 3rd seed, and the Connecticut Sun drop. And they would be facing the Seattle Storm. So there is a shot that Vegas could move up if the Sun want to just be like, all of a sudden, we don't want to beat this Sky team. Because the Sky team, I'm looking at that game, and it's tough. That line is just slowly keep rising higher and higher and higher and higher. Why? Because the Sky have actually 8 players. That's it. That's all they got going on the roster. Injuries has just decimated the Chicago Sky team. So I look ahead of that. I just think the Sun get the job done. If you want to lay the 14, I'm looking at it, but I'm going, that's a lot of points. You figure it's looking like they're almost begging you to take the Sky in that one. Give me the under in that one. And we have a slow-paced game. Meaning that's going to, yeah, exactly what you said. The WNBA is looking a little ugly today because there's so many question marks. That's the 2 biggest question marks there. So in that one, I like the under. And then the other one that has the big question mark beside it today is Atlanta taking on New York. That's the battle for 8. There's still Atlanta's holding it down. If Atlanta loses to the Liberty, then that opens a whole can of whoop ass for Washington could still get in if they get the win. And so as I said, the Sky still have a slim hope of getting in. Basically, Washington's hoping that the Liberty can do them a solid and beat Atlanta. But the Liberty already locked up 1st place in that 1st seed. So, yeah, the WNBA is looking ugly. Best play for me, I think, here today is the under in the Chicago Sky. Open 154 or 154.5, I believe. It's down to 154. Take the under. Sky, Connecticut there. And then the other one, you know what? Take the Sparks over the Lynx. Take a money line. I think the Lynx, they're not going to rest a whole bunch of players. They got nothing to play for. Sparks, playing for pride, and they've done it in the last few games. The Sparks team has played for some pride. Got the Sparks on the money line. I think they beat the Lynx today.
There from Rod. All right, you got them through there, Rod. Got them all right. So I'll let you know the one game I like going back to that Sparks Lynx teams. I like that one over the total. There's not going to be much defensive intensity. We know the Lynx is a good defensive team, but those players aren't playing. They're going to be resting here. And the Sparks we know can't play like a defense. We're just going to have a fast-paced, just up and down game. I look for that one there. Teams trying to stat pad players, getting their opportunity to get some points on the board. I look there on the over in that spot. All right, let's continue here on our morning show. And now it's time for our parlay peripheral segments, and we'll start here with. We'll go over to Ron.
And for me, in this segment here, we're going to go with the under in South Alabama and App State. I think that's a lower scoring game there. I see a whole lot thinking it's going to be a track meet, and I like the under. So give me the under in that one. We're going to go with the under in the Chicago Sky Connecticut game. And we're going to go under in that Dodgers game today. I think pitchers duel early. I just don't see runs late as well. I think first to 3 type game wins that one. So 3 unders.
Under there from Rod. I'm looking totals here. Braves, Reds under, Red Sox, Rays under, and I'll also be looking here at that Sparks Lynx game going over. So 1 over and 2 unders for me in this one. All right, got you through the picks. Let's find out what Rod has for sale over at Tony's Picks. We've been seeing Rod on the leaderboards here at Tony'sPicks.com doing fantastic work. Rod, what do you have got for sale?
And over at Tony's Picks today, I've got a half decent card of I got a nice little 5-pack going. You can get both the side and total in tonight's NFL action, as well as 3 plays in the MLB on that Tackle the Books Thursday. Best way to go. My 10-star play of the day is included in that package. $40 gets you all 5 of those plays. Or if you're just looking for that one single play, then you can definitely find my 10-star play of the day, or you can find my 10-star NFL Mega Money Blast for single plays over there. But the best way to go, as you can see, the last 7 days, we're up 774 units. Last 30 days, up 1,394 units over at Tony's Picks. So jump on aboard something long-term, and that'll get you the best bang for your buck and the most money into your pocket, as we've been crushing the books over at Tony's Picks. So jump aboard something long-term, and let's continue to crush the books and stack that bankroll for us. Stacking the cash, what we've been doing with Tony's Picks.
Back of the gas with Rod Zawacki, guys. I got a best bet on the board as well as a 3-pack mixing the sports here, 1 MLB and FL, as well as baseball there for you. And of course, remember the long-term pass will serve you. Remember that 7-day pass. We get you all the premium plays here for Thursday through Wednesday. So we got the entire NFL week 3 covered, college football week 4, MLB in there as well. WNBA playoffs coming started here on Sunday. So a great time to get on board with the long-term passes. Use promo code TonyT at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. And one note here in the long-term passes, it does include late steam plays. So if the cappers are able on our site to post plays between 10 minutes and 2 hours before game time, we call those late steam. We also grade those at late steam. You can check those records at the bottom of our page on that leaderboard. Tracks every play that we pretty much put in there, and also tracks the late steam and that and best bets. So that one, if you purchase a long-term pass, late steam plays will be emailed to you. These are picks that are entered in the system between 10 minutes and 2 hours before game time. So get on board long-term pass. All right. Right. That'll do it here for the morning show, guys. Tune in again tomorrow. We'll be live here at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time, giving out live free picks. Big baseball card with college football as well. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Be notified when we're live. Listen, we go right to the picks, guys. We don't mess around on our show. We get right to it. Also, those of you wanting to see the NFL and college football coverage, just rewind to the start of the video. We started with NFL, then went to college football, and then baseball. And that's how we did it to the end of W to close it out the show. All right, Rob, before we go, you have any closing thoughts in closing? You're on mute, Rod.
Talking away, and I'm muted. Hate when that happens. Have yourself a wonderful Thursday, everybody. I'm excited. Loaded card. We got the mixed sport. I love when we get and you get daytime sports. So who doesn't love daytime sports? Everything starts early in baseball and continues right on through late. So big day of sports action. Jump aboard something over at Tony's Picks, and let's crush the books. I'm feeling good about today, Tony. Let's get it.
Yes, let's get it, guys. Looking for a great week, a great start to the week. So that'll do it for the show. We're going to wake about it, guys. You make it a winning day. We'll catch up with you tomorrow here on the Tony's Picks Morning Show.